Hi Capricorn, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2023 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements, wisdom, oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. I'm actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology guys we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have 5 and 5th house energy for you guys is Taurus, and generally speaking, 5th house relates to romance, creativity, and children, and astrologically we have Uranus and the North Node in Taurus. Alright, we have Gemini, and Gemini is actually your 6th house, which relates to health, work, daily routines, and we've had Mars there for an extended stay. It's going to be moving into Cancer as we get toward the end of the month, but could be a focus on an area of life. And we have the moon. So at the time recording this, we're just about to have that new moon in Pisces. And then in the month of March, we'll actually have a full moon in Virgo and then a new moon in Aries. So there could be some focus around your lives around those lunar cycles. So definitely be on the lookout for those. All right, and moving on to the main spread now. Main situation position, we have the 7 of Wands, Leo energy, and challenging that, we have the 7 of Swords, Aquarius energy. So to me, what this looks like, it could just be saying that you might be feeling like you're owed something this month, right? So you might have felt like you were shortchanged in some way. So whether it be maybe you had if you switch jobs, let's say, as a generic example, you might be owed back pay from the old job, right? But maybe they've been dragging their feet or trying to give you less than you should have gotten, things along those lines. Or for some of you, maybe this is around an investment. Or it could just be saying that maybe in general you feel quite guarded now because you've gone through an experience like that recently. So it could just still have you a bit on guard. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, I mean, pretty intense to see 3 7s come out in a row in a spread, but to me, given that this is Pentacles, it seems like it's a little bit more likely that it is somehow financially related. So possibly one of those scenarios I mentioned there when it's a financially motivated thing. But seeing this, and also given that your 5th house energy came up too, could just be saying that for some of you, you feel like you're ready to move on to the next phase, right? But there could be some resistance around that in your environment. So maybe you've been doing a certain thing for a while, let's say your work lives, right? And it doesn't feel fulfilling anymore, so you're hoping to move on to the next thing, but you might feel like let's say someone in your employment environment might not give you the best references because they're hoping secretly to hold on to you, things along those lines there. So that looks like a little bit of sketchy energy going on for you guys in March, unfortunately. All right, in the past position, we have the 6 of Cups. So yeah, this could just be saying that for some of you might have actually gone back to something that you had done in the past. So again, like I said, it feels like more of an employment thing for you guys where you might have shifted jobs recently and there's some hold up on getting back pay you were owed. So it could be as simple as that, right? Maybe you went back to a prior career path or employer that you had in the past and now the one that you were with most recently is dragging their feet around giving you what you need. But either way, this looks like you felt at the very least a desire to reconnect to something from your past. All right, in the present position, we have the 9 of Cups. So this represents an energy of contentment. So usually I will say with the 7 of Wands, it usually does point to being able to overcome the obstacles and challenges that you're facing. So for some of you might know that as well, right? Like maybe you have some ironclad proof that would support your argument if the thing were to go to legal route, something along those lines, right? So you're just feeling that sense of confidence there, like, you know what, okay, this is annoying, this is frustrating, but at the same time, I kept all of my paperwork or whatever, right? So that shows that what I'm saying I should be getting is what I should get, right? Things along those lines there. So, and the good thing there is too, it could just be saying that this might be a short-lived thing, and as we physically get into March, you're going to be already free of that energy and feeling a lot better. All right, in the near future position, we have the Strength card, so Leo energy here. And it could just be saying that for some of you, you're making an effort to keep ego out of your situation as well, right? So again, like I said, if you feel like you truly know that you're right around whatever this conflict is here, it could just be saying that you might feel that temptation and that urge to come out of ego to really emphasize that, yes, I'm 100% right, you're in the wrong, right? But for some reason, you might actually finally within yourself to say, you know what, though, let me hold back from that. I know that this is going to play out the way that it should. So I'm just going to hold my tongue for a bit and just let it all play out. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Two of Cups. So yeah, at the very least, to me, this looks like this is saying that on your end, you truly are the one who would prefer to have a meeting of the minds, right? Really be handle this rationally, logically, right? But there could be someone in your environment who doesn't want to handle it that way. And this could also just be saying that if you have left one environment into another, you might find that that new environment is just a lot more supportive and they see things from the same perspective as you do. So whatever the situation you might have been moved away from, the current situation you're going to find yourself in is going to be a lot more harmonic for you anyway. All right. In the environment position, we have the Three of Swords. So yeah, like I said, this definitely seems to point more to whomever you're in a conflict with at this time, where it seems like they're just not going to have a leg to stand on, whatever the situation may be. So obviously, you could see that could end up being disappointing for them. Um, so for the majority of you, and I will have to say, all right, for some of you, this could also represent your energy as well, right? So meaning that if you entered into whatever the situation is, like I said, it feels like a bit more of an employment thing or somehow financially related, whether it be investments or something along those lines. So this could definitely point to some disappointment on your part, right? Where you feel like, okay, I entered into the situation with good faith, expecting the other people to also be on the up and up, right? Now to see the reality play out in front of you that wasn't the case, there could definitely be some disappointment there as well. So I could see how that could play out in your energy as well. All right, in the hopeful fears position, we have the Eight of Cups. So yeah, for a lot of you, I would assume this is a hope, right? And just hoping to actually put it all behind you, be able to walk away from it and move on to the next thing. And like I said, from what I'm seeing in the cards, it looks like the energies will be supporting that this month for sure. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, to me, this represents getting what was owed to you, right? So now I do have to say, unfortunately, timeline-wise, this might point to saying that it might take until Taurus season, which would start toward the end of April. But at the very least, I feel like this is saying that you're going to get something ironclad that says that yes, you will be getting what you were owed around whatever situation this was. So definitely the positive there. Now, if this is coming from a single individual, right, where maybe you feel like they owed you an apology if there was something that they'd done wrong in the past, then yes, they could represent that person. But given that we see the scales there, which makes you think a little bit of the Libra energy as well, which is the Justice card, could just be saying that for those of you, if this does end up going the legal route, it also looks like you'd be getting what was owed to you. So either way, it looks like a positive outcome overall. All right, and the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, I mean, even if we look at the artwork there, that pentacle looks like it's just out of his reach, right? So it could just be saying that, okay, you know what's owed to you, you know that you should have it, and this month it just looks like there's going to be a little conflict around you actually getting that. Okay, so moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have Don't Make Assumptions, and it says Learn to Ask Questions. Okay. It says it is always better to ask questions than to make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you are as clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to a question, you won't have to make assumptions because you will know the truth. So interesting message there. I do have to say, we did have a Mercury retrograde not too long ago and it was in your sign, so this could even stem from that, right? Maybe there was some kind of an agreement made during the Mercury retrograde period that both parties thought they had a certain understanding, and obviously it turns out to not be the case, right? So for some of you, if you feel like there is some potential for misunderstanding, then I would say maybe you should just question it a little bit more. And maybe that's even what that strength card energy is for you guys, where you're like, you know what, before I just assume the worst here that they're, doing something, let me really iron this out with them and say, hey, what was your agreement? What was your understanding of our agreement, right? Talk it through. Either way, like I said, it looks like it will play out positively for you, but hopefully it resonated. All right, moving on to your Wisdom Oracle card, we have Flexible. There's the artwork, and the number is 19. All right, so under essential meanings, it says teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. The oracle's message: a tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware, and at this time, others will be more flexible with you too. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there. As far as the flexibility goes, like I said, it does seem like you will be approaching things between the Strength card in the near future and the Two of Cups here. Looks like he would be the one who'd be open to fairness within the situation, but it looks like the other party might be the one who's a bit more stubborn there. But hope that isn't it. All right, the relationship message says in every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in a reading could also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made that choice. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there too. And this really didn't give the energy of a romantic connection for the most part, but hopefully, for those of you who are looking for some guidance on that, hopefully that resonated. Or worst case, I do have the mid-month readings for February already out, so you can look into those, and then the March ones will be up in a few weeks. All right, the prosperity message says, even when you have a clear vision of how you're going to manifest something, what it will look like, who will share it, and what will then be available to you, you still need to relax and open up to other possibilities. Spirit may have much better plans for you. It could be a job you hadn't thought of, a new source of money, or some other opportunity that eluded your imagination. Be flexible and remind yourself, this or something better manifests for me now. Then be willing to bend a little. Enjoy the miraculous results. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there too. Like I said, whatever the situation is, it does look like there's going to be some kind of conflict. Given that we do see the Nine of Cups in the present position, given that it's for a March reading, this says to me that it won't be too long-lived, and maybe even by the time we physically get into the month of March, you might already be out of the energy, but it does look like it's going to be a little bumpy before that, from what I'm seeing. And with that said, I'll actually just read the protection message as well, in case that'll give you some guidance too. So it says, when you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose access to the growth and untapped potential and find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up, open your mind and heart, and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there are only losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring about a result that is mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. So yeah, hope that resonated with those of you going through a bit of a conflict as well. And lastly, we have Mudra for you guys. So this is your Mudra here. It's the Vishuddha Chakra Mudra. And the keyword for it is communication. All right, and there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says improves the health of the thyroid and parathyroid glands, it benefits the voice, reduces tension in the neck, improves communication with self and others, increases sensitivity to the thoughts and feelings of others. So if that sounds like a mudra thing, be beneficial for you guys. With the name of the description video as always, we'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.